For the past 21 months, Israel has been committing a brutal genocide in the Gaza Strip with unwavering American support. 7 of those months under the presidency of Donald Trump. Today, Trump meets with internationally wanted war criminal Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House to discuss a temporary ceasefire in Gaza. Perhaps Trump seeks to end the genocide in pursuit of a Nobel Peace Prize, although those complicit in genocidal wars are never deserving of such honors. Yet, if Trump truly wishes to bring an end to the Israeli campaign of extermination and systematic starvation against Gaza, backed by US support, he must first act like a president of the United States. He must assert unequivocally to Netanyahu who holds the reins in their dynamic. Over the past 7 months, Netanyahu has proven he can outmaneuver Trump just as he did with Joe Biden. In fact, he has succeeded in dragging Trump into a war against Iran. Today, Trump stands at a pivotal juncture in his presidency. He must choose between demonstrating the strength he so often proclaims or resigning himself to the role of yet another figure manipulated by Netanyahu. President Trump recently announced that Israel has supposedly accepted the necessary conditions for a 60-day ceasefire in Gaza. This ceasefire must not be another mirage. Israel has already shattered previous agreements and launched renewed bombings campaigns during supposed pauses. Any legitimate ceasefire must be honored in full without loopholes or backdoor military operations. Trump must publicly and unequivocally demand that Netanyahu agree to an immediate, unconditional, and permanent ceasefire. No loopholes, no staged pauses. Should Israel once again breach its ceasefire commitment, it's long past time for the United States to cease playing the role of diplomatic shield and begin imposing real consequences. After nearly 2 years of relentless genocide, well over 60,000 Palestinians, and this is a moderate estimate, have been confirmed to be slaughtered in Gaza, including more than 500 just this last month while seeking aid. The Palestinian people cannot afford another round of false promises, manufactured delays, or deceptive ceasefire schemes decide to justify continued killing under the guise of diplomacy. Humanitarian aid must flow through the United Nations and international humanitarian agencies, not under the so-called Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which has become nothing short of a death trap for starving civilians. The Israeli newspaper Haaretz has exposed GHF as a US and Israeli-backed front for ethnic cleansing operation. According to the report, Israeli forces have killed over 549 Palestinians and injured more than 4,000 at food distribution points, using live fire, tank shells, and mortars to create killing fields. Palestinians must not be made to choose between hunger and death. Any genuine humanitarian corridor must comply with the principles of humanity, impartiality, and independence and neutrality. If President Trump is serious about ending this genocide, his administration must stop funding the mercenary-backed GHF, open all crossings for UN aid, and force Israel to lift its inhumane blockade on food, water, medicine, and fuel in compliance with both US and international humanitarian laws. Furthermore, no foreign entity, neither Israel, the US, nor regional governments, has the legal or moral right to dictate Gaza's future. Only the Palestinian people can decide their future, their political future, and only them can rebuild their homeland on their own terms. Any attempt to exclude Palestinians from those negotiations or to impose a Western-designed post-war framework is a continuation of colonial violence. This moment is pivotal. The U.S. cannot continue underwriting Israel's war crimes and gaslighting the world with empty ceasefire headlines, and must start taking accountability and let Palestinians live with dignity. This is not a time for vague diplomacy or half measures. Over 60,000 Palestinians have been murdered by Israel. Mass starvation is no longer hypothetical. It is a harrowing reality unfolding before our eyes. Gaza's hospitals are in ruin. The Israeli military has turned food lines into execution zones. Every day that passes without real action and accountability is another day of bloodshed. Every time we hear of a possible ceasefire, Israel undermines it and continues its relentless killing spree. Enough is enough. This is the third visit of Benjamin Netanyahu to the White House. The past two visits, Netanyahu was able to play Donald Trump. The past two visits, Netanyahu established a known fact that he is the real boss when it comes to this White House, whether under Democrats or Republican. Every time Netanyahu, since Bill Clinton, has proven time and again that he can outmaneuver, he can manipulate our presidents as our Congress. Enough is enough. America is a complete partner in the genocide that is taking place in Gaza. America is not a neutral party. Trump is not a mediator. Trump is a partner in this genocide. He has to bring himself to end this genocide, as he has to force Netanyahu to bring this genocide to an end. Because again, enough is enough. The so-called big, beautiful spending bill that he just passed is infringing on Americans' rights, taking away from our Medicare, from the benefits to the poor, while we're giving to Israel, where every Israeli citizen is enjoying a free health care at the expense of the American people. Why the American people are dying and have no access to health care. Enough is enough. It is time to restore America as he promised America's first. But America is no longer first under this president. He is lying, as the previous presidents have been lying. Time to prioritize the United States of America and to prioritize human dignity, human life in this genocide. Thank you.